YouTube, no, stop, baby. YouTube. You are now tuned in to motherfucking Fly Trap TV. You feel what I'm saying? Put the babies to bed. This is not for kids. This for grown folks only. You feel what I'm saying? Tonight's topic, bro, is I agree with Kanye. Black people choose to be slaves. Out of everything in the world that that we can be, we choose to be slaves. We choose to be slaves. People don't understand the importance of having their own mind. People don't understand that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. A slave mentality is not a good mentality, bro. Believing that you came from slaves don't get you anywhere in life. It gives you the mentality that you come from nothing, that your ancestors was just running around in the jungle naked until some white man showed up, put them on a boat and brought them overseas and turned them into slaves. I don't believe that. I don't believe that my ancestors, you can believe what you want to believe, but I don't believe that my ancestors participated in that. Most black people, bro, um, our families never told us we came from Africa. It's a saying that says, people always make fun and say black people in America think that we got Indian in our blood. I'm not saying that we Indian because we not Indian. Indians got red dots on their forehead and they come from India. That's not who we are. But at the end of the day, you're not African either. You're not Indian, you're not African, bro. Our ancestors, they did things that we would never get a chance to learn about because we chase a fake history. We don't really want to know who our ancestors was for real. We want this background of us coming from slavery. We want this background of our ancestors coming over here on boats, being forced to pick cotton to build this place we called America. There's a lot of people who's trying to teach us that we don't come from that. But when you try to tell people that we don't come from that, they don't want to hear that. They want to defend a narrative with absolutely no proof, bro. You live in a place that is great. You live in a place called the United States of America. You don't have to participate in this government, bro. You don't got to participate in the school system. You don't even have to go to work. You can hustle, you can start a business, you can homeschool, you can do all different types of things in America. You have options here that you don't have nowhere else in the world. Well, everybody else in every country, not everybody, but all over the world, you have people that's coming here to America for a better opportunity. Even in small villages, there's hundreds of small, probably thousands, but there's hundreds of small villages all around the world that we don't know anything about. But I bet you there's somebody there that want to come to America. I bet you there's a kid there that have dreams of coming to America, going to college, starting a business, whatever. But as blacks in America, we don't want to be here in America. We don't want to be from America. You want to be in America, but you don't want to be from America. How much would it take for you to get your ass on a plane and go to Africa? If the government gave us reparations right now, how much would it take for you pro-blacks to get on a motherfucking plane and leave America to go to Africa? Niggas don't want to go to Africa, bro. Niggas don't want to go to Africa for real. $10 million, a nigga is not finna go to Africa. A few people gonna go. A few people gonna go. But majority of the people is not going to Africa, bro. We don't come from mud huts. We don't come from teepees. We don't come from none of that shit. When you look back at early pictures of America, if you know anything about the world fairs, if you know anything about pre-Columbus America, you will understand that we don't come from that shit, bro. We don't come from Africa. There were cities here. There were things here. The white man didn't take anything from us. Your black people in power is who's taking from you, bro. Your, all of the black people in power is who's taking from us. The Hispanics in power is taken from the Hispanics. The white people in power are taken away from the whites. The Asians in power are taken away from the Asians. Asian, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. We've all have went through shit with this so-called government. This government has never been all white people. Never. It has always been a mixture of people since the beginning of the government. Black people in the government are put in place to keep black people in place. They get money to fund things that they don't fund. The reason why we don't have grocery stores in our fucking communities, black stores, black owned schools, black hospitals, is not because of the white man. It's because of the black people that's getting money in the government that's in charge of making sure we have these things. And they take that money and they pocket that shit, bro. My grandmother never, ever, ever, not once said that we were from Africa. Never. There's stories in my family of us coming from, down south, but no stories of us coming from Africa. I'm not gonna let somebody else tell me where the fuck I come from. If your family come from slaves, if your family come from whatever, that's cool. But mine don't. I don't. If your family was a nigga in the South that was slaves, my family was the niggas in the North that wasn't slaves. You choose to be a slave, bro. You can be any fucking thing in this world that you want to be. In America, tell us that. From grade school, they tell us we can be whatever the fuck we want to be, but you choose to be a slave. If I told you you're not a slave, your ancestors didn't come from slavery, you're going to argue me down and tell me that they did. You have no paperwork. You have no nothing but word of mouth. So if I tell you that, no, we didn't come from slaves, bro, why you arguing with me? I'm trying to tell you that you come from something greater than that. People want to be slaves. Black people in America, we want to be slaves so bad. We want to come from that background so motherfucking bad. We like the fact that kids was fed to alligators. We like the fact that niggas was hung and beaten. We can make all that shit go away. But we don't want it to go away. We want to believe in that shit. Don't you understand how fucking great America made you? Everybody in the world wants to be you, black man. They dress like you. They talk like you. They emulate our music, our dance moves. America made us this, bro. Africans want to be you. Africans want to come to America. If they had an opportunity, they would come to America by the fucking thousands, the tens of thousands. And you want to go there. We always want to go somewhere to where the people from there are coming here. You just want to be a slave. Look at the movies. In the movies, you have black people playing as slaves. In the music, we promote this shit. In life, we promote this shit. Don't you get it? You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. You don't have to be a fucking descendant of a slave. You can be descendants of gods, of kings and queens. A king being a slave is equal to the shadow being present in sunlight. It doesn't go, bro. It would never happen. A king would never be a slave. That's why he's a king. You can't have shade in the dark in sunlight, bro. You cannot have shade in the sunlight. I mean, you can have shade in the sunlight, excuse me. Wherever there's light, there's not shade. There's not darkness. You can't have both. And this is just what I'm getting to. The culture that we take on, bro. The music that we listen to. People still singing like gospel spirituals or whatever the fuck they want to call them. You know, old spiritual music. It's just fucking entertainment. It's not for real, for real. You choose to be a motherfucking slave. Point blank, period. You choose to be a slave. If you go to a fucking racist workplace, you choose to go there. I know there's a lot of black people in charge of a lot of white people. There's a lot of black businesses that hire white people. There's a lot of white businesses with black people running it, in charge of white people. We're all slaves, bro. Mentally, we're all slaves. Physically, we're all slaves. Spiritually, we're all slaves. If you want to believe that your ancestors was watching the slave master's children are cooking the slave master's food and didn't think to put a little glass in it, why do we think we come from this? Why do we think we come from a people who was being mistreated by another people and did everything they told us to do? If I watched my wife get raped by the slave master or his sons, the first opportunity I get, somebody finna get hurt. Do you accept the fact that you come from a people who didn't put up a fucking fight? Look at how we fight now. Do we come from a people who didn't put up a fight? Who allowed another people to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do to us? Misuse our children, separate us from our kids? Do what thou wilt with your wife. Beat you if you try to say something or defend your family? You think your ancestors come from that? And if so, how the fuck did your ancestors make it out by being weak? Don't you understand that this world is not built for weak people? There's a story that they tried to enslave the Native Americans, but they started killing themselves in mass numbers. Even in the Black Panther, Killmonger said he'd rather die like his ancestors because they knew being dead at the bottom of an ocean was better than being a fucking slave, bro. And you telling me that we are the survivors of these slaves and your ancestors survived that weakness generation after generation for 400 years? You come from that? And you think somebody want to be you? You think somebody want to be you after your ancestors showed weakness and defeat, and all of a sudden, oh, the world want to be like us. They copy us. They do da 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 da. How the fuck you think you got here, bro? Why you think people want to copy you? Why you think people want to be you? Not because your ancestors were slaves, my nigga. It's because your ancestors was fucking great. But we're not great. We're slaves today. All because of acceptance. We want to be accepted by a group of people who don't give no fucks about us. And that's every group of people in the world. I don't look at groups, bro. I look at people, my nigga. You ain't got to accept me. But you're going to respect a nigga, though. I bet you that. I was going to go live tonight with some whole other shit, man. But some shit came up. And I wasn't going to go live at all. I said, fuck it. My grandma said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And I ain't had shit good to say. But then my fucking brain kicked in and said, don't let this shit stop you from doing you. So I just switched it up. A slave mentality is a victimized mentality. If you believe your ancestors come from that, you have a victimized mentality. You want to play the victim. You want to feel like, oh, the world is against you. How can the world want to be you and be against you at the same time? How can they idolize you while hating you at the same time? Make it make sense. White people don't even got to make us look crazy. We make ourselves look crazy. You know how many black people don't even fuck with other black people? They look down on other black people because every time they see you, you shaking your ass. Or you flashing some fucking money or some bullshit. People doing real life shit out here, bro. People got real life families that they're responsible for. They don't get the opportunity to leave their families and go to jail. They don't get the opportunity to go hang out and get caught up in some bullshit. They don't get that opportunity. Real niggas do real things. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. That's what they teach us as kids. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be. So if you want to be a slave, that's fine. If you want to come from that, that's fine. My problem is you telling me that I come from that. We all come from that. Speak for your fucking self. I'm not African, bro. My ancestors was not slaves, bro. I got a series coming up called Make America Great Again. I don't even vote. I ain't registered to vote. But I promise you, I just might vote. I just might register to vote just so Donald Trump can get my vote. Make America great again. Y'all think that's some racist shit when it's not racist at all. There was a time when black people owned towns, cities, hospitals, schools, companies, industry. There was a time when black people was not a part of white society. They laws didn't apply to us. Whatever they had going on did not apply to us. We had our own shit going on. You think you come from a slave, so of course you like, oh, what do you mean by make America great again? That's some racist shit. No, you just don't fucking understand because you slow. Wouldn't you want to go back to where black people own their own shit? Don't you want to go back to a time where America was great, where we wasn't a part of the fucking so-called system? You don't want that? You don't want to go back to a time where we wasn't fucked with because we had land and we had our own communities. White people didn't come to our fucking communities, and we didn't go to theirs. You don't want to go back to a time where things was peaceful, when black people owned the music that they created, when black people owned the fucking culture that they were portraying. You don't want to make America great again. Nah, people don't want to make America great again. You want to be a motherfucking slave, bro. You want to blame white people for what black people was doing to black people. You want to blame the white man for what the black man is doing. If the white man give the black man $1 million and say, hey, you in control of this, make sure your people got parks, libraries, schools, and you take that $1 million, you put 200,000 into the community. Go buy some fucking back to school backpacks, some Christmas bikes, some Thanksgiving turkeys, and you put the rest of that money in your fucking pocket. The National Black Caucus, or the National Black Caucus. People need to go and look up the fucking National Black Caucus and know what their job is and understand that in every fucking state where there's a lot of black people, there's a black person in power that's receiving funding for us. And guess what they doing with that funding? Putting that shit in their pocket. And you blaming some motherfucking white man, but he the one who motherfucking gave this nigga the funding. You blaming the nigga who gave the nigga the money instead of blaming the nigga who didn't do what the fuck he was supposed to do with the money. Slave mentality, bro. White people control your ancestors. White people beat your ancestors. They force things upon them. So you have a slave mentality, bro. You think this world is something that it's not. White people give black people jobs every single day. White people invest in black people every day. But the black people don't even invest in other black people. We take our money and do other shit with it. We don't even invest in ourselves. But you want to blame a white man because you have a slave mentality. Nobody's stopping you. Have you tried to start a business and somebody stopped you? Have you tried to be successful and somebody stopped you? No, nigga, you stopped your motherfucking self. You'd rather be a victim and blame some motherfuckers instead of saying, you know what? I have the opportunity to break the chain. Let me break this shit. So when CO come around and he starts saying shit that don't line up with the narrative or don't agree with what you agree with, you look at me different. I don't care. I don't care. You think your fucking ancestors was nothing. I don't give a fuck. You need to wake up, bro. The world is going to keep looking at us like we're ignorant, like we're nothing, like we're stupid. Because that's what we show them. You're so easily manipulated, black man. You're so sensitive, black man. A nigga step on your shoe, you ready to kill him. A nigga look at you wrong, you ready to kill him. The police pull you over, yes, sir, no, sir. You go to court, yes, sir, no, sir. You don't even talk like that around your fucking mother. You cuss around your children. You play all this music, this violent music around your kids, and then you get in front of a fucking white man and yes, sir, no, sir. I don't have a slave mentality, bro. Anything that's not accomplished by me is not accomplished by me. It's not because of some white man or any other race of people that's holding me back. I don't give a fuck what no race of people do. Get your shit together. Black culture is a deaf culture. Oh, we eat chitlins and we eat this because of slavery. All right, nigga, slavery over. Is you gonna put the shit down or you gonna keep eating the shit? Our ancestors ate it because of slavery. Slavery is over. So you just gonna keep eating the shit? You just gonna keep just, I don't know, bro. We choose these things. We choose a lifestyle that's not original, that was never meant for us. And then we want to blame it on people, bro. When black people go and buy guns, my nigga, to protect our families, we don't buy guns to protect us from a white man. If a person break in my house, most likely it's gonna be somebody who look like me. I got my gun to stop somebody who look like me. Stop blaming every fucking thing on slavery, bro. You would never know who the fuck you really are if you keep blaming shit on slavery. You would never know who the fuck you really are. You would never know what you really come from. Even if your family did tell you that they were slaves at some point, that don't mean that you come from Africa. I'm not saying we built the pyramids. I'm not saying none of that shit, bro. Only thing I'm saying is black people in America, we need to get rid of this slave mentality. We need to stop thinking that we come from such a horrible fucking history when every other race of people have documented history of them coming from that. We don't. It's just a fucking story. These are stories being passed down. You want to be a slave? Fuck it. You can be a slave. If I told you that our ancestors were from this land and we were never brought here on shackles, on boats and shackles and chains, we never was enslaved on a plantation, you will argue me to death because you want to come from that. Point blank, period. You want to come from that, bro. And have no proof, my nigga. These are just stories, bro. Tell me anything in history that has went down in history that's just based on stories, on a narration of somebody who wasn't even there to fucking witness the shit. Even the stories in the Bible are written down on fucking black and white. If there was 100 black people in America and 99 of them black people were slaves and one of them wasn't, you can't fucking say we all come from slaves. Because we don't. Slavery existed in the South, but not in the North. Not on the West Coast, not on. So why the fuck do we all want to be from one culture, from one group of people? We don't. This is the last day of Black History Month. There's no White History Month, no fucking Hispanic History Month, Asian history. There's no none of that shit, bro. And we really take this shit and we run with this shit. You mad at white people when black people keep playing movies as slaves. We sit here and we talk about, oh, you know, these niggas put on dresses in movies and they put on makeup and they put on dresses, but we're not complaining about these niggas playing slaves. We're not complaining about these niggas being called niggas on TV and getting paid to do it. Every fucking generation we getting a fucking some new slavery shit, bro. Why do we respect these motherfucking entertainers who play these roles? You couldn't pay me to fucking have a white man call me nigga all throughout a fucking movie. You couldn't pay me enough money. But if it's some niggas out here who have a price, nigga, if I was a white man, I'd pay your motherfucking ass too to call you niggas all day. The fuck is wrong with you? You are for hire, bro. You are for hire. You're for hire. Man, I'm on some other shit. I don't come from no slaves. I don't come from no slaveries. My ancestors didn't come on no boats. My ancestors was never enslaved, beaten, and none of that shit. We wouldn't have not survived, nigga. I don't come from that. It's not in my spirit. It's not in my heart, nigga. If you know me, bro, you know I don't look. I don't back down. If you fuck with CO, you know, nigga, CO probably be the first nigga to trip. So you cannot convince me that my ancestors were so fucking docile and fucking naive and that fucking stupid to allow these people to do whatever the fuck they want to do with them. You're not finna fucking take my woman away from me and do what you want to do with her and send her back home. And the next day I show up to work for you. Nigga, you cannot show me nowhere in America where that shit goes down, bro. You cannot show me any fucking black person where you can take their children away from them, separate them from their motherfucking kids, and they just keep having more fucking kids. We just kept having babies in slavery, right? How dumb is that for a race of people to be enslaved, in prison, and to keep having fucking children? How dumb is that, bro? You really think your ancestors... I'm gonna go back to my goddamn scenario. If my woman was taken away from me today and she was raped by a white man and I didn't do shit about it, 3 days from now, you think she gonna be turned on and want to have sex with me after I allowed that to happen to her? You think I'm gonna feel like a fucking man at the end of the night knowing that this fucking slave master can come and take my wife whenever he want to and do whatever he want to her, and when he bring her back, we're going to be intimate? Don't you get it, bro? Even the fucking animals in zoos and shit in captivity, they are forced to breed. They're forced to breed, bro. It's called artificial insemination. We don't come from that, my nigga. Like I said, you look at a nigga the wrong way, he liable to slap the shit out of you. So you telling me that same nigga, his great-great-great-grandfather allowed you to take his wife and do whatever you wanted to do with her and he didn't do shit to you? We were that fucking docile? We were that afraid? Don't you get it? A slave mentality makes you it makes you afraid, bro. If you believe that shit, yeah, you're not gonna question the white man. Why? Because he might hang your punk ass. If you believe that shit. If you don't believe that shit, you don't give a fuck. What the fuck is he gonna do to me? Nothing. I can say right now, I can say fuck the president. I can say fuck Joe Biden. He ain't shit. Whatever the fuck I want to say. The government is not going to come and get me. But if I say fuck you and fuck your hood, you niggas finna come and shoot my mama house up. Kids and all. I can say whatever I want to say about the white man. I ain't gonna have no problems. Let me say I don't agree with you niggas, and you niggas want to motherfucking shoot a nigga mama house up. Let me stick my dick in a white girl, and you niggas are gonna disown me. Come on, bro. What are we talking about for real, bro? We treat each other worse than a white man could ever treat you. Me shooting your mama house up, though, the police ain't gonna never come and shoot your mama house up just because you look you from the opposite fucking hood. The police ain't coming to fucking... Remember them stories they told us about the KKK burning down niggas' houses back in the day because you was black? Show me a fucking white person today that's doing that. You can't. But I can show you plenty of niggas who doing that to other niggas. I don't come from a snitch culture, bro. I don't come from a tell on a nigga background. I don't come from that. But I teach my kids right from wrong, and I teach them to do what's right. I've never snitched on nobody in my life, my nigga. And I don't teach that to my kids, but I do teach them right from wrong. You do what's right, and you let what's wrong be what's wrong. That's what life is about, bro. Right and wrong, my nigga. It don't matter the color of your skin. It don't matter your background. Don't matter none of that shit. If you do some fucked up shit, you got to pay for it. If you doing what's right, ain't nobody fucking with you. That's how it's supposed to be. If you doing what's right, nobody's supposed to fuck with you. They supposed to leave you the fuck alone. But black people don't do that. Even the people that's doing what's right, we still fuck with them. We rob them. We beat them. We do all type of shit to our own people that's trying to do fucking right. If you from the hood if you from the hood, but you not from the hood, oh nigga, we finna punk you. If you go to jail and you don't fucking subscribe to a gang or to a color, oh, you getting extorted. This is what we do to our own people while we talking about what other people do to us. You complaining about your ancestors being slaves, but now we have every fucking opportunity to treat each other right, and we don't. I don't believe we were slaves. I believe black people was convinced that we are each other's fucking enemy. In every way. This is why we compete in school, in the work system, in the work environment, in the entertainment industry. And every fucking thing we do, they have us competing against each other, bro. This is what the fuck we do as Negroes. Man, get your fucking mind right. Get your motherfucking mind right. We be quick to say, the white man stole everything from us. Yes, he did steal everything from us. But when I say everything, you niggas don't want to say, oh, not everything, just a little. Nigga, the English language belongs to you, black man. This is your language, bro. Don't you understand when they found us, my nigga, they called our language Ebonics? Who else put a twist on this English language like we do? Nobody. We flipped this shit. We got other fucking countries rapping, trying to flip these English words like we flip them. Nobody can do that, bro. This is our language, our land, our seas, nigga, our everything. But you're looking across the sea to Africa. You're looking across the sea to Africa. You want to be a slave. I'm finna get in my motherfucking preacher mode. I don't even give a fuck. Nigga, you want to be a slave. Yeah, you want to be a slave. If God came down here right now, you're going to be God's slave. If Jesus came back, you're going to be Jesus' slave. You go to work for your boss, you your boss slave. A lot of you men can't even drink out the fucking jug at home. Nigga, you a slave to your woman. Some of you women are slaves to your men. They have birthed a whole slavery based on fake information, based on stories, based on some bullshit. A slave mentality. It's the reason why black people is at the end of the motherfucking line when it comes to everything. It's because of the way we treat each other. We be quick to say, yeah, we don't support each other, we don't fuck with each other. Black people don't do this and black people don't do that, but then turn around and blame somebody else. We are the reason we don't have shit, bro. We are the motherfucking reason we don't have anything, my nigga. You have every fucking opportunity to link up and get some shit done, but we don't. We don't. If you notice, everywhere you go in the world, you're gonna find a Tupac T-shirt or a fucking Coca-Cola bottle or a Snicker wrapper. Everywhere you go in the world, you're gonna find somebody who can speak English, bro. Who know hip hop. Who know who the fuck Jay-Z is. While we trying to be African and wear dashikis and shit. Africans is trying to be Americans and niggas in America is trying to be African. How much would it cost you to get your ass up out of here and take your ass back to Africa? If the government gave us reparations right now, how much would it take you? How much do the government have to pay you for you to leave America and take your ass back to wherever the fuck you claiming to be? We hate on our government. We talk bad about our government, but we spend the food stamps. We talk bad about our government, but we use the Section 8. We talk bad about our government, but we love the fact that these drugs is getting over here. And then we want to say, oh, niggas don't make that. The government is bringing it over here from other countries. You are American, nigga. You have benefits that nobody else here has. You were born here. You're from here. Your ancestors are from here. You have benefits that nobody else has. But the problem is you putting yourself in a fucking same seat as immigrants. As every other race of people that's here in the United States. See, the so-called white man, the European, whatever you want to call him, he don't have your benefits because he's not from here. So what he got you to do is claim to not be from here so he can be equal to your punk ass. He couldn't be you, so he tricked you to being him, a fucking immigrant. A fucking immigrant. I'm not an immigrant. I don't give a fuck about the reparations. If them reparations got to go to descendants of slaves or to the descendant of some African who was brought here, I don't give a fuck if it's $1 billion, nigga. Keep your check. I don't fucking want it, bro. That's not who I am. My people didn't use money. We didn't have to do that. We don't come from culture. We come from a free mind of people who went wherever we went, did whatever the fuck we did, ate whatever we ate. If these niggas over here like country music, nigga, we listen to country music tonight. We don't give a fuck. We don't come from a particular background. We come from every fucking back. We come from a free background. You niggas want to come from this shackles and chain background. It's a shame that black people have to believe in something. It's a fucking shame that black people got to believe in something. What's so bad about believing in nothing? You think you a fucking Indian? There's no difference than saying you a Crip or you a Blood, bro. There's different Indian nation. There's different Crip sects. There's different Crip nations, different Blood nations. My people didn't come from a tribe, nigga. My people didn't come from a place where we agreed to let another motherfucker rule over us, bro. We didn't come from a tribe, my nigga. We don't come from a geographic location. We come from everywhere. How can I claim New York if I'm living in LA? Oh, I was born in LA. I was born in New York, but I've been living in LA since I was in the 5th grade. So, nigga, it don't make sense, bro. We come from everywhere. We migrate. This is what the fuck we do. You are the nomad. You are the gypsy. Every single people in the world, you can pinpoint them to a particular location in the fucking world, except for black people. We're a mystery for some reason. We are the people with no culture for some reason. That's the definition of a free people. You come from a certain way of living. We don't. We come from doing just living. The creator didn't create walls or boundaries, so we do what the fuck we want to do. If a snake can bite you, baby, why can't it bite you, baby? If a spider can bite on you, why can't it suck on your blood? There's nothing that I can do naturally that nature wouldn't do to me. We don't come from culture. We don't come from a background. You are the people of the new world. They don't know shit about you. It's called the new world. They don't know anything about you. This is what you come from. This is where we come from. You want to take on everybody else's identity, just to feel acceptance or to feel a place of belonging. You're not Hebrew. You're not Christian. You're not Egyptian. Nigga, slaves weren't even taken from Egypt. Slaves was taken from West Africa, not North. You're not Nubian. You're not none of that shit. They don't know who the fuck you are. They don't know shit about you. You are like that species of animal that they just fucking found and they don't know shit about. But you want to be everybody else. Be mysterious. Keep being mysterious, bro. Let these people keep wondering who the fuck are these people. We don't want to do that. We'd rather be slaves. We'd rather come from an ancestor running around the jungle naked. Live in mud huts. That's what you want to come from. Your ancestor was chained up on a boat. Chained up on a boat next to other people. Your ancestors was one of the ones who survived that goddamn voyage and made it to the Americas when so many died. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. In one instance, we went from a small amount of black people to millions. But at the same time, we want to turn around and say, population control. All right. How did we go from a few people to all of these people if they controlling our population? How? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Come on, my Negro slaves. For every black people that see this shit, my nigga, that think they come from that fake history that the school books give us, every time you defend that shit, you defending them. Every time you claim to be an African, you defending Darwin. If you don't believe we come from monkeys, why you believe we come from Africa? Because the same person who told us we come from Africa told us we come from monkeys. He a liar, but he not a liar, right? He lied about us coming from monkeys, but he didn't lie about us coming from Africa. Grow the fuck up. If black people want any chance, my nigga, grow the fuck up. Everybody has been fucked over. Every group and race of people have been fucked over, but we the only ones who want to make it seem like they do us so dirty, bro. The last time a cop shot an unarmed white man, he got off. He didn't go to jail. The last time a cop shot an unarmed Asian man, he didn't go to jail. The last time he shot an unarmed black man, he didn't go to jail. Why we want to separate ourselves? Black lives don't matter.
not the black people. All lives matter. I don't give a fuck, nigga. All lives matter. Cause all you Black Lives Matter ass niggas, black people don't own no motherfucking guns. We don't own no goddamn. We don't own resources. So why you saying Black Lives Matter, and I'm saying all lives matter? When your punk ass run out of bullets, you can't go to the Asians who got that shit coming over here by the fucking boatload. You can't go to the fucking Mexicans who got that shit coming over the goddamn border by the goddamn rack, by the creek. You ain't going to the white boy. You can't even go to Haitians. You can't even go to Jamaicans. We can't even go to black countries for resources. While all these other races around us is gonna be well off. So you can keep saying Black Lives Matter, Black Lives, Black da da da. Don't you understand, nigga, that you are in the worst position? That Louis belt don't help us, my nigga. That Bugatti don't help us, my nigga. All them diamonds on your neck don't help us, my nigga. I don't know why you niggas got so many diamonds anyway, bro. And your girl sitting right next to you with a little ass necklace on it. You niggas sitting over here. I thought diamonds was the girl's best friend. I forgot the role switch. It's 2023. My bad. But anyway, man, we just need to get out of this mindset of being slaves, of coming from slavery, of coming from that background. You need to get out that fucking mindset. And if you don't want to get out that mindset and you want to think you come from that, when you get your tax check next year, my nigga, buy a plane to Africa and go find your fucking African family. Go to Africa. Go back home, my nigga. If you don't like what's going on in America, my nigga, get the fuck out of here. When other races look at me funny, my nigga, and they don't want to deal with me because I'm black, I feel the same way. This is my shit. If you don't like it, nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. If you're not from America and you don't like dealing with America, get the fuck out of here. Stop complaining and get the fuck out of here. Take your ass home where shit is better at, where your government not gonna fuck you. Because the African people getting fucked too by their own government. So take your ass over there. We don't want you here. We want motherfuckers in America that's proud to be American, my nigga. That understand that we have it better than everybody else, bro. That understand that we don't come from no fucked up history. You come from the same school system that the white people come from. They teach the same shit, the same history in white schools that they do in black schools, in poor schools that they do in fucking upscale schools. We all get the same fucking history, bro. We're all being misled, miseducated. All of us, every race of people. We're all being driven down the same fucking road. But for some reason, we black people talk bad about the government and talk bad about the slave master, and then turn around and brag about how good we do in the slave master system. How they don't play ball like us. How they can't run fast as us. I thought you was oppressed, my nigga. I thought the white man was stopping you from showing how fast you can run and jump. I thought the white man was stopping you from showing your skills, my nigga. And then you turn around and tell me, oh no, he let me show him. He just won't let me own shit. But you still want to participate and be a circus clown. You can't own the circus since you can't earn with it. They say if you can't beat them, join them. Black people don't have that mentality. We don't have it. If you can't beat them, join them. We have if you can't be a part of ownership, fuck it, be the entertainment. We don't want to join them. We don't want to join them. And with that being said, man, I'm out this bitch, bro. We've been going for an hour and 3. I'm gonna keep it like that. You did. It was a beautiful night. And anybody who see this video in the motherfucking future come across this live stream, yeah, man, leave a comment. If you got something, if you want to fucking debate me, if you want to have a conversation with me, leave a comment and I'll get in touch with you. We can exchange emails, whatever the case may be. Until then, man, I'm up out this bitch, bro. So once again, you can be a fucking slave descendant, an African descendant. I'm not. So stop telling me I am. I'm gone. Holla.